Pimpin and Trap News Network. We back to say, like a crack in the same, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at 10 and Trap News Network. Good news you can use. Good knowledge, though. You ain't finna get nobody's college, though. Big dog, tap in with that tap in. And make sure you tap in with that tap in. And make sure you get a sweetie t-shirt for your girl right in time for Valentine's Day. And make sure you tap in with that if you ain't tapped in with that. You feel me? So look, right? Make sure you get into that. RichTrapHouse.com. 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 Get into that if you ain't got into that. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, and make sure you hit that good subscribe button and be a part of everything we got going on here at RichTrapHouse.com. Rich Trap Network. Trap News Network. Excuse me. Tap in with that. We finna jump into this Kantiana. Apparently, Nardo Wick got hit for $100,000 in San Fernando. That's different. He got robbed for $100,000. Hope he gets that back. He probably won't, but yeah, Nardo Wick. Oh, the San Fran, not San Fernando, San Fran. So that happened. We finna jump into this Kantiana, but before we do, Compton High School ranks number 1 in LA County with a 93% graduation rate. Shout out to Compton High School. That's Black History fact right there. Compton High School, majority Black and Mexican campus. February 5th, highest in LA County. Shout out to Compton High School. We finna jump into this Kantiana, but before we do, make sure you drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe. We almost close to 20,000 on the new page, close to 10,000 on the original. 10,000 on the new page, we close to 20,000 on the original page. Tap in. We will be giving away $100 on Saturday, so make sure you get into that. If you ain't got into that, 20,000 subscribers coming soon, 10,000 coming soon. We will be giving away $100 on Friday. Get into the live, 6 o'clock LA time, 9 o'clock in Atlanta. Make sure you get into that if you have not gotten into that. We finna jump into this Kantiana, man. We finna go over to Soft White Underbelly, man. Sharp is going back to the Soft White Underbelly, man. We finna jump into this Kantiana. Without no further ado,
which is why Ground News is the perfect sponsor for my channel. In a world where algorithms censor much of the information we receive, some of the most important stories get missed from our news feeds. Ground News highlights local news from around the world, giving you an on-the-ground perspective. Scanning the. I missed seeing you in that little stool.
Yeah, I missed you, man. Seeing you behind the camera.
Here we are again.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Oh, hell,
that is a really big cup.
Missed you.
You've been good.
Yeah. Every day. I mean, shit.
That's a chalice.
We all go through something every day, but I don't think it's something to sit back and cry about.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's life.
Problems like the next. But overall, great.
You're living in LA now?
Yeah.
You like it?
Been living in LA for a little over a year. It's cool because, you know, I've been coming to LA, shit, my entire pimp career, you know what I'm saying? 20 years I've been coming in and out of LA, you know, so this was one of the first times I ever, like, really live here, station myself around here, you know. It's got a problem. I think wherever there's more people, there's more problems. You know what I'm saying?
There's problems with either one.
Yeah, you know.
You get too small a town, you have problems too.
No, you do, but these right here, when you got too many people, it kind of can get uncontrollable. You know what I'm saying? And get oversaturated to where it's like, where do you even start to even begin to help? It's thousands.
No, that's real. It's problems everywhere, but when the world that you in becomes oversaturated, because you got to remember, Sharp was in this, you know, before a lot of people, and the Soft White Underbelly from years ago is what actually gave him his push to where Adam wanted him on No Jumper. So Sharp has been viral for a long time. So I can see why he would say the space is crowded.
Thousands that need him, right? You and I both know it. Shit, the whole world sees it. They just turn an eye to it, and what they do is they hoodwink us and they put more shit on top of it, catastrophes, things burning down. And why they do it is because it tries to help mask what's really going on in the society. Fires started, right? The majority of the people that came down, the majority of the people that were coming to them centers, that was getting the food, that was getting all that stuff, guess what? Those people were already in need. It wasn't because of a fire, man. It's because there's families out here that are hungry. Mm-hmm. It's expensive. Not everybody out here can survive. That's why they say, man, if you can survive LA or in a big city, you know what I'm saying, that costs, you can survive anywhere. Well, unfortunately, that's not everybody's case, you know, and it was real sad to see. You know, I talked to my people and they were like, They were talking about how some of these folks that came down, they were like, I know them. They're like, they're not even from around there. They didn't have nothing to do with the fires, but they need something. And people.
Hey, that's real. There's a lot of people who are already in need, just like, man, you know what? We need to just go ahead and come up on this. You
People
feel
too
me?
prideful to walk up and just say, hey, I'm in need, so it's easier to mask it through the catastrophe. You know, it's a bigger problem going on, Mark. You and I both know that, though. You've been chasing it before you met me.
Yep. There's a lot of things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Cost of living is tough for everybody.
Yeah. Same thing with that. I seen that interview with the Rebecca dude. You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole nother level of problem.
Yeah. You ain't. Let me tell you something, man. You wasn't fixing that. As soon as you put some money in his hand, back to Skid Row, he goes skipping to, and he's about to go get high and laugh about how he done found him a new cash cow. You got to think about that, man. Like, this is his job.
That was a Barnacle's little like segue, but go on.
He don't want to do it, but he does it.
He doesn't want to get better. He'll say he does, but he doesn't.
He doesn't want to get better. Hell, there was nothing in that conversation that I heard him say where he wanted to get better.
Well, even when he does, he turns his heels as soon as there's a moment of something good happening in his life, housing, rehab, anything like that. He just runs.
You know, it's like
She runs.
it's a hard reset, is what it is. You know, and what I mean by a hard reset is when you really look at it, when they come and sit down, when they come and like you helped him out, right? He stayed with you for a week.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he was healthy enough, not dope sick enough, got a couple bucks, got a fresh shower, was back out to the street. Because that's where he wants to be. And like I said, you can't help people, man, that don't want to.
That's true. There's a lot of people who are okay with being homeless, who are okay with being on drugs, who are okay with living on the streets. It's only inconvenient for them in the wintertime. Other than that, they cool. They outside smoking dope, getting high.
You gotta wait. You can talk to them, implement it, but just show them love. You know? That's why I be tripping out when I see people mistreat. Like, he's sick. He's sick, man. Let's cut the bullshit. He's sick. And there's thousands of him running around on the street, sick, mentally ill.
Probably close to 100,000.
Mentally ill, man, not stable. But you know what? They can't lock him up, and they don't want to sit there.
Real quick. We just hit 10,000 subscribers on the new page. Y'all helped us do it, man. We gonna give away that chili on Saturday.
Put them through rehab or put them through treatments, because that shit costs money. They don't want to put the funding into that shit. So that's why you see it run around in the streets. And when you and your damn daughter get out to go into a 7-Eleven, you got somebody like Rebecca standing outside right there and a few others. There's no escaping it, man. That's why I seen the look in your daughter's eyes. She ain't never seen that shit before. She ain't never been that close to it. I can see it. I can smell the squareness on her. It's as green as day. You know, you can see it. She just was fascinated. Almost like a petting them feel sorry state of mind. But what happens is when you ain't exposed to that and you get up on it close, like I said, it's like going to a zoo you ain't never been before. And I've seen all that shit, dog, all my life, man. There's a bunch of Rebeccas, man. Shit, people walk by them every day. They just don't see them because they wallop in the shadows. Shit, hell, he's even embarrassed. He's like, nobody messes with him. Shit, just like nobody mess with me. At the end of it all, man, we all solo. It's just anybody that's been on your channel is just how do they take it? How hard do they take it? It all starts with being alone.
It's amazing how many people I've asked, do you have friends? And so many of them will either say no or they'll say yes, but what they actually mean are just associates on the street, which are not real friends.
What the hell is he drinking in that cup? Like, that sounds like a mighty big pour.
And so many of them will either say no or they'll say yes, but what they actually mean are just associates on the street, which are not real
friends. That was a mighty big pour.
Friends.
Shit. Their friends are the drug dealers. That's their friends. Temporary. Here and there until they're not friends anymore and they finds a new friend. Yeah, they got friends. You know what I had? Charisma. Money. Even if I was down, My last dollar, I knew how to turn that shit. I'm gonna stretch this shit until I come up on the next bitch. You know, it was amazing how I looked at it. I never looked at it as like we're fucked up. This the worst thing that's gonna happen. No, this might have been the greatest thing that's gonna happen because that's when we go back to a hard reset.
It's funny how often in life, the worst thing that ever happens to you
It's the best.
turns out to be the best.
The best thing I've always had. I'm telling you, man. Sometimes people just, when they feel like quitting, don't quit because I feel like that's when you know your due season is on its way. If people could start looking at life like that, I promise you, don't let a two-bit pimp like myself have to look at it like that. But you got people that went to college, you got people that have went and learned all these fucking philosophies, but can't figure out something as simple as that. That shit is fucking, it provokes me, it bothers me. It's provoking. Because they'll walk up on you and act like they know, but you don't even know how to follow something as simple as fucking that. You know, I didn't ask for this shit, Mark. Not even to have some type of fucking weird ass notoriety. Yes, it's cool, you know. I take pictures of people or whatever and, you know, shit like that, but I still look at myself as a regular person, bro. I don't look at myself as like some type of...
Well, Sharp, we see you as a regular person. I don't think nobody sees you as like Big Meech Larry Hoover, whipping work, hallelujah.
figure or nothing, nah. They wouldn't accept me no motherfucking way. Let's be honest. Let's tell the truth, shame the devil. They don't want to accept me into society anyway, but you know what? They fucking have to. They fucking have to, you know? But I ain't gonna push their limits. You know, I get it. They've accepted me enough, you know? But I won't push the limits. I'll keep it smooth and subtle for them. But don't get too fucking comfortable.
For somebody coming from the game, you fit into mainstream or something close to it pretty damn well. You have a lot of people that love you.
Yeah, but I don't know what's the definition or terminology of fitting in well with them, you know?
No, you're not fitting in, but you're not hated like all the other P's.
I think it's because it took somebody of my character that has the character that I possess, that I hold, you know what I'm saying, every day. You know, the characteristics, and didn't give a fuck to come and show them they can kiss my ass, man. If they don't like it, tough. Get your little panty, listen to the men out there that hate on me and even to the women out there. Get your panties out of your little moose knuckle. You know?
Get your panties out of your little moose knuckle.
Dead ass serious, man. Get your panties out of your little moose knuckle. It will be a better day. Sitting back, I look at it like this. To hate on somebody takes a whole lot of fucking energy. To push hate, to hate on somebody, man, takes a lot of energy and a lot of thinking. And at the end of it all, even when you prove to the person that you don't fuck with them or you hate them, you still don't win. You spent all that time that you could have spent trying to have a better day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're hurting yourself.
A better way.
You're hurting yourself more than you're hurting the target.
Man, people like to hurt themselves. They like it. Self-inflicted wounds is what I call them. Self-inflicted wounds. You do the shit to yourself.
Look at my channel. Find somebody that doesn't do that.
And I'll show you somebody that's perfect. Find somebody that doesn't do that, period, even outside of your channel. And
Now that's real. That's real. Perfection is hard to find, man. Perfection is hard to find because perfection is hard to acquire. None of us are perfect. All of us are with sin, with flaw, with blemish and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's above this light.
I will try my hardest to go find you somebody perfect. Don't let it go over your head. What's been going on with you, man? How's life?
Life is good.
Yeah?
Life is good. Plugging away.
Why you put your head down like that? You didn't look at me when you said it. I didn't like that.
I'm just thinking about what...
I didn't like that, though. There was no conviction in it. I didn't believe it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
And the only reason why I said that is because...
That nigga said, why'd you put your head down like that?
When somebody says that their life is good, don't look down. Don't look down, because the goodness ain't down there.
You're overanalyzing.
No, I'm just looking at it in a realistic way.
No, everything is great.
That nigga said sharp. Stop trying to read me and just let me interview you, bro. Don't make it weird. Don't make it uncomfortable.
My health is great. Channel's going smoothly. Got rid of some headaches last year.
Yeah, I wanted to know whatever happened with the Azariah chick. Whatever happened with her, man?
It just
Seen some real trippy shit
It
about
just
her.
became a little ridiculous. I mean, like, here's two. I mean, these kids are adults. They're not kids anymore.
Yeah.
They're having kids. His brother and sister. That's a whole nother conversation. But they're still
Right.
they're old enough to get jobs, but they won't get jobs.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. You know, I've known them for how many years now? They still have not picked up a job.
Well,
And I'm supposed to help them with money? Like, fuck it.
people, let me tell you something, man. There's not a lot of people that are even, and as sad as it may sound, there's not too many people that's even looking for, they don't know where they're going to be next week. People living day to day, man. Wherever they can find $1 that day, or wherever they can find some money to milk it and just exhaust it until it dies, that's what they're going to do. Whether it's a day, it's 2 weeks, or a month, man, it doesn't matter. You know that shit. That shit's the truth.
I like Sharp. I like the way that he looks at things. I like the way that he goes about things. I like Sharp's approach. I think that Sharp gets a bad rap because he's Sharp, but I think that Sharp has a lot of insight. He's pretty wise. I think a lot of things Sharp says goes over people's heads, but I don't think Sharp's an idiot by far. I think he's a pretty smart guy.
That's what people do, man. When they can find it for a day, they don't even listen. I get it, because people probably try to say, oh, well, you're a pimp. What'd you do? You took a whole bunch of my shit. I made those bitches' lives better. What the fuck you motherfuckers do for your wives, your girlfriends, hell, your kids? It took a man like me for a bitch to trust and change it all. It's like fucking magic. I could change it as quick as she can move it. I stand on that, man, for real. I can have a chick, listen, man, I can have a chick walk up. I would love to play the charade game with people, or play the guess who game with people. Line up 4 chicks, 5 chicks that I know. Pick out the hoe. You'll never know. I promise you, because you know what? People, when they have an image, they have an imagery in their mind, right? Of what a prostitute or a lady of the night looks like. Mm-hmm. You know, she's supposed to be tacky, stringy hair, malnourished.
People, I see the viewers taking guesses at which of the girls I've interviewed are with you.
Yeah.
None of them.
None of them. Them girls couldn't handle me, man. Mentally. Half the chicks that you interviewed, they'd be gone, or I'd probably would have ended up firing them within a couple days, a day. Hell, I'm like Kill Bill, bro. They wouldn't even have got that close to me.
What's it take to get along with Sharp?
What's it take to get along with me?
Yeah.
The truth. Be you. Give me the option into fucking with you. Show me the real you. Shit, I might be down. But just show me the truth. Don't play with me. Don't allow, that shit's just gonna piss me off. Like, you didn't even want to be here. You know what I'm saying? You're just moseying on through life. Not everybody's playing with their life, Mark. I'm not out here playing with my life.
Not everybody's playing with their life. Not everybody's tiptoeing through this ish. Not everybody's hunky-dory and blah, blah, blah. That's real. Not everybody's playing with this. Some people take this lifestyle very serious. Some people take this life very serious. That's a very true statement. Not everybody's playing. Sharp has just said a word right there.
Life, man. Despite however the fuck anybody feel, I'm not out here playing with my life. I've always stayed one-track minded, and I get it. It might not be the best way to live, but damn it, it's all I got. You understand? It's all I got. It's what's kept me breathing, dressing nice, smelling good, feeling good, being great. Is that fucked up one-track mind that I so-called possess. I wouldn't change that shit for the world, dog. If people say, could you go back? Would you go back? I wouldn't change a motherfucking thing. Maybe some of these buster ass bitches and niggas that's in the game, you know, need to go and stray the fuck away. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. Just a lot of people do. Get the fuck out the way. You can't cut it, get out the way. Don't stand in our way and point the finger, motherfucker. Don't do that.
You wouldn't change anything if you could do it all over again?
I'd do it all over again. Because it taught me what I know. It showed me a lot of things that, what would I have been without it? That's the scary part. Ain't it the unknown that's,
Yeah, but let's say
that's scary? Hold on. Isn't it the unknown that's scary? Okay.
It is definitely the unknown that is terrifying.
Well, I'm scared to not know what I would have been without it. At this point. I mean, fuck, where I come from, beggars can't be choosers. You understand that one? Where I come from, beggars cannot be choosers, man. Like I said, that shit chose me. And if it was gonna put me on and put me in position, I was already fucking with the women the way I was supposed to already. Shit, I'm sitting here fucking this one, fucking that one. What, getting a meal here, might as well, man, pick it up, man, and take my talents to South Beach. Or my better case, first one, Chicago. You know, Chicago native.
But you could have gone to another. You could have been raised in a better part of town.
So Sharp is from Chicago. I didn't know that.
Maybe you went to college. Maybe you went.
You know, I noticed you could be raised in the motherfucking suburbs and be raised by a fucked up family or have fucked up situations.
Yeah, the parent is what's gonna make you a good or a bad person, not where the parent had you, for sure, for sure.
It's very detrimental to a kid, man, coming up between the ages of 9 and 16. You gotta kind of keep them into something because that's when they're starting to develop their traits.
Now that's a factual. You got to keep the kids occupied. You got to keep them into something. For all of us who are caught up in the streets, one thing we all got in common, whether we Bloods, whether we Crips, whether we Essays, Asians, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, White Boys, Jamaicans, Latin King Disciples, Viceroy, Haitians, Power Roots, Sudanos, Norteños, Hoovers, whatever the case is, you caught a case, you was trapping, you was pimping, you was left, you was right, you was doing this, you was doing that. The one thing that we all can say is we had too much free time. If our parents would have loaded up our schedule with extracurriculars, study groups, sports, activities, things like that, to just not give us so much free time, we wouldn't have gotten in trouble. You got to load these kids' schedules all the way up, big dog. They got to have something to do. The devil's workshop, idle time.
People don't see that about their kids. See, they got to know that. That's when they start to develop the traits that they have. You know, you're not paying attention to the right shit on them. You got to pay attention to your kids. Yeah. And people wouldn't be so mad about, you know, be happy if I ever came up on your daughter in the game. At least you know.
Be happy if I ever came up on your daughter in the game. If I was ever pimping your daughter, be happy. This is barnacles, but all right.
Hey, I'm going to give her the old school scoop. I'm going to make her feel real for real. I ain't going to be playing with her. But if you don't want that to happen, then grab your kids and hold them tight. So by the time they hit 21, 22, they're not just so outrageous. They're just doing whatever the fuck they want to do, lollygagging through life. Because let me tell you something, 22 turns into 42 real motherfucking fast.
Hey, Sharp be saying some real shit. Y'all might not like Sharp, man, but Sharp be saying some real shit. 22 turning to 42 real fast.
Make your motherfucking head spin. You and I both know it. The time don't slow down as you get older. It gets faster.
For sure.
I'm sure a lot of people out there be, where'd the time go? Where'd the whole year go? Damn, yeah. You're only saying that because you wasn't doing shit. No progression. You were lollygagging and sleep through it fucking all.
A lot of lollygagging.
You know, I do a late night show, right? Mm-hmm. And just, I'm only saying that to say this. I don't even want to get into what I do, how I do it. I do a late night show, but I look at it like this. You got to get on game like that. Like the news is up at 3 a.m. Mm-hmm. They're putting it out. People are trading, making decisions already at 3, 4 in the morning. Mm-hmm. I like to be on the fresh mind. That's why I'm always up hours of the night like that. Plus, you know, my profession and where I come from, you know, late nights were always
Sharp be up during hoe hours.
My thing, you know, I'm a child of the night. That's why we're here late right now.
You're keeping me up.
I am keeping you up. I'll tell you some good bedtime stories.
Yeah.
I'll tell you some good bedtime stories, man. I got you. Don't worry.
I'll tell you some good bedtime stories. Made the conversation a little bit awkward, but I get the point and the purpose where he's going with that. But it made it a little bit awkward.
You're like Frenchie. I never get to do the interview at a time that we agree on. It's always like 4 hours later.
Yeah. Where's she been?
She went to Thailand.
Yeah.
Who was the biggest role model in your life when you were young?
Biggest role model in my life. Oh, man. Let's see. Biggest role model. That's an easy one. And I figured you'd know, because you know something about me.
And that's an interesting question to ask Sharp. Who's your biggest role model? Who does Sharp look up to as a child?
And what I think everybody should already know. You know what my biggest role model was? The game. Because it still lives with me today. It's never went anywhere, and I've always stayed true.
That was the most pimp answer. Who was your role model? The game. That was the most pimp answer. I like Sharp, man. I get that y'all might not like Sharp, but I like Sharp.
Even when it tries to veer me off or push me other directions, piss me off enough, I always go to what I know. And see, that's a dangerous motherfucker. People should be happy like I've tried to calm down and chill. Because my knowledge only grows, baby. Every day. You can't play me for a fool. People play all the little extra, little weird-ass games. I'm not with all that, man. Maybe that's why I be by myself. I like it like that. Like I said, being by yourself will drive a motherfucker crazy. Not me. Not at all. How about you? You ever go crazy when you be by yourself?
But sometimes being by yourself is the best place to be, man. You got to put yourself around yourself to be yourself so you can understand yourself. If you can't be happy with just you, you can't never be happy sitting next to somebody else.
Never.
Huh?
Never.
You never went like, you know what I'm saying, had like you got to do something because you're by yourself. You're going stir crazy.
Maybe when I was younger, my 20s or early 30s, maybe.
Yeah. I feel like you've outgrown that, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you've seen a lot.
I've seen a lot.
You know what I'm saying? You're a seasoned man that's been around. Hell, you've been around the world.
Almost. Haven't been to Africa.
Well, I'll tell you this. You've been around the world to a lot of places. A lot of people will never see that. A lot of people will never be able to leave their backyard. Hell, Rebecca won't never see nothing but Skid Row. I hate to say it, but it...
Now, sorry, that is true. It's a lot of people who will never see. I know niggas from South Central who ain't never been to the beach. The beach is 15 minutes away. Oh, ain't them niggas a hood over there, blah, blah, and all that kind of stuff. I know niggas from South Central who ain't never been on a plane. LAX is 20 minutes away. You got to be thankful for the opportunities and the privileges you got.
It's the truth. People can hate me for it, but I'll tell you this. I ain't got to have no crystal ball, but I can see. You just know. You help because you feel sorry. People always want to help the sorry. You know, it makes them feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
It does. It's a high.
There's some
right?
of that. There's some of that.
It's a high. It's not like weed or alcohol or it's a different type of high. It's euphoric high. Better than acid.
After 6 years of doing this, I've seen very, very few of these people actually take the help and run with it.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. I didn't expect to have, I guess, the help of you, but I thank you. You know, for what we've done.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
There's some fun chemistry between us.
Yeah, it's always been fun. I mean, 'cause I always tell you the truth, man. Whether you like it or not. Right here, right now. I ain't about to sit here and sugarcoat it. Have to play games with you. Nah, even if it makes you a little uncomfortable, so what?
But we've always kind of clicked.
We've always kind of clicked, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's been definitely been a special relationship. I'm just mad I ain't came back sooner. I know I should have probably came and sat down with you, man. Just been, you know, I've been just trying to move forward, see what I can see.
Mm-hmm.
That's all, man.
I'm still here.
I see you, and I see you still thriving.
Yeah.
You got something coming out. You had me.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
You got something coming out. You had me.
I can do a little plug here. I got a film called Fig, which I'll probably release before I post this video on my subscription channel only, because it's a little too racy for YouTube. But you did the intro on it, and the intro is maybe the best part of it's one of the best parts of the whole film. It's a 2 hour and 20-minute film, but the first, whatever it is, 2 minutes where you're in it are magnificent.
Well,
magnificent.
You wanted somebody real on it, right?
Yeah, you were the one. There's
somebody
nobody else.
Been,
no one else could have done it.
Somebody who's been thorough. Right?
What's that?
Somebody who's been thorough about it.
Mm-hmm.
Thorough about it. You picked the right guy.
I did.
Yeah, you did. Have you talked to the bishop?
I talked to the bishop. I heard he lost his leg.
He did. He did.
Sad.
A lot's changed, man, in the last 3-4 years. You know?
Yeah. Bishop was the guy who introduced me to you. He was the guy who introduced me to Kenny Red.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
You and Kenny are the two connections I made in the game that were just so solid. You and Kenny were such solid dudes.
I miss that man.
Yeah, Kenny was great.
You know what sucks is, homie, because the game that I come from and like I look at today and how it is, like even when I drive down the Blade, you know, where I just see little videos of just people just doing some way out shit. I'm like,
imagine being such a pimp that driving down Figueroa or driving down the Blade is reminiscent. Like, yeah, man, the other day I was just sliding down the Blade, thinking about my good times, man. I seen some hoes out there, and I remember I had hoes out there. And just reminiscing on your pimping. That is pimping, reminiscing. It's crazy.
This game is changing. It's not the same. We're some of the last of the Mohicans, man. You ain't never gonna see it like that again. Hell, I ain't even sipped out of a cup in a while. Shit, Miss Debbie don't even make cups no more. That's why I stopped drinking out of them. People probably noticed that, you know, when they watch me, that they'll notice I don't even drink out of her cups no more, man. She don't even make them anymore. So I try to preserve them for as long as I can.
Yeah, the game is falling apart, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not,
Shout out to Miss Debbie, the cup lady.
It don't got the same players, you know? You can't slap a bitch no more if she get out of line and, you know, check.
What? Wait. Whoa. I thought it was a non-contact sport, bro. If you don't beat her, you're supposed to need her, big dog. Ain't nobody want to buy a beat-up-ass car. Nobody want to buy a beat-up-ass broad.
And tell her, hey, you know, you got to move like this because she's been being disrespectful or she's been being pushy. Some chicks like that need that, man. See, y'all fail to fucking realize that. Whether y'all say, oh, well, it's not right to hit a woman. Well, guess what? This nigga's about to lose this bitch then because she's used to having a foot on her neck. If she ain't got one on it, guess what? Bye-bye. And she's going to go run all over the next one. And all she's going to do is crash out. Now, guess what all she's doing is paying a bunch of pimps. That'll never pan out. Bitches that pay a bunch of people never pan out. That's why when I used to be back in the game, about moving through the game, I ask a bitch, how many people you done fucked with before? You know what I'm saying? How many other niggas you done fucked with before? If it go past like 2, 3, and it better be some like years with them, I ain't even gonna take you serious. I know you a fly-by-night bitch. I already know. It's very telling. I know that in the first 5 seconds.
He said it's very telling.
Of meeting them. What I'm gonna wanna do with them, how far it can go, if this shit even has any potential. I've learned how to sum that up. It takes people sometimes 5 years, shit, all their life to figure that shit out about a person. I can sit there and figure that shit out in 5 seconds. That's the difference, man. That's the difference. I can figure that shit out in 5 seconds.
You can read people.
Very easily. Why do you think I knew how to read you? I felt like, I don't know, I could feel the hurt. Something bothering you. You ain't told nobody, but it's something bothering you. You ain't even told me, or I'd say it. But something bothered you. Something, not saying...
That nigga Sharp said, I can see the hurt in your soul, big dog.
You're still intact. Still the same smile. But something's wrong.
I don't buy it, but okay.
Yeah, I know.
I'm tough.
I'm sure there's a lot of shit you don't buy from me, but shit, we buy it sometimes. But we buy all the good shit anyway, don't we?
I enjoy my interactions. I enjoy all my interactions with you.
I enjoy with you, you know?
Some of our phone conversations are better than even the interviews.
Oh, my God.
We've had great phone calls.
They've been crazy. But I want to go back to, like, what I'm even saying about, like, the game changing.
Yeah.
And, like, how it is today. I know people probably try to say like that's fucked up. Like, you don't put your hands on a female. I'm like, hey, man, listen. You don't know the relationship with what a man may have with a woman that are in the game. It's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Structured a little bit different. You can't even play them type of games these days at all. At all. Shit, it's even scary to slap a bitch if you got a name, or if she's a bitch that talks too much, she might go tell because she's being emotional about it. Just in her feelings, and she just wants to tear you down for a second. Why do you think you always see in a lot of situations, man gets into it with woman calls the police. Police come there. Police arrest him. Go take him to the car. She's pleading, don't take him. Stop, he didn't do anything. Now you want to change it. It's too late. Too many emotions moving around.
That's real. That's a very true statement.
That's the problem. And then guess what a lot of these dummies do? And this bitch knows it. Hey, all he has to call is her. 9 times out of 10. Think about it, man. It's a mind fuck. How it happens, the rules and the regulations of it all. Man, go to jail these days, trying to put his hands on a bitch. Boy, you're getting 50 years, 60 years playing. Man, you better off just getting away from her. She ain't worth it. She ain't worth your time or nothing, man. Hey, go find it better elsewhere. But see, that's the problem, though. These bitches always be promising a nigga a house and home. Stop doing that shit. Promising them a house and home and telling them everything gonna be all right and you always gonna be there.
And these corny ass niggas believing it.
There for him. And then when your ass wanna go blow up and do some faggotry or do some bullshit, guess what happens? A nigga coming across your to them a house and home.
You gonna do some faggotry, the barnacles.
Man, hey, go find it better elsewhere. But see, that's the problem, though. These bitches always be promising a nigga a house and home. Stop doing that shit. Promising them a house and home and telling them everything gonna be all right and you always gonna be there for him. And then when your ass wanna go blow up and do some faggotry or do some bullshit, guess what happens? A nigga coming across your head, or he coming and just snatching your ass and putting you in the car. You telling them too much, bitch. If you gonna do it, just be a real one. Because a lot of these niggas got problems too out here. Mental problems. Man, mama, daddy, drama, whatever the fuck they done had going on in their life, man. So when
a lot of these niggas got mental problems out here too. You niggas want to get on YouTube and look for fights. You really need some goddamn therapy. That's a phys.
And they've probably always had somebody tell them something and be let down. Be let down constantly. To where finally, when they get with a bitch that promises them that shit, they snap. There's a breaking point for everybody. It's just how good do they fucking keep it locked away behind 7, 8 fucking doors, 7, 8 different fucking fortresses. It's how good you can put it away. Everybody got their breaking point, man. Just say these bitches need to stop playing in the game, man. Take your ass and go get a square job. Last time I checked, all the hoes and strippers that feel like they want to play half-ass in this shit, a statistician job is waiting for you. Go. Everybody want to have their cake and eat it too. Everybody. You ask half these bitches, even in the world, what do you really like about your man? I bet you there's gonna be a pause. They can't even easy.
That's a lot of things too. What do you even like about your dude? What do you even really care about? Why are you with him? Outside of what he can do for you. Again, a lot of y'all might not like Sharp, but Sharp is saying some real shit right here.
Or some stupid bitch gonna say, oh, what? I like his hair.
Right.
Nothing of substance.
Right. You like what he can do for you.
Vice versa for the man, and they wonder why it don't work out. But then you got a motherfucker like myself. Came from the game, smashing on bitches. Mr. Smash on a bitch, yell at a bitch. Having them all. See, men are stupid as fuck. I'm gonna tell you why. Because deep down inside,
tell us why,
no
Sharp.
bitch want no man that don't know other bitches want. Yeah, she might say she don't want to share you. Yeah, cool, but she don't want you to not be wanted. That's when she start treating you like shit. That's why you gotta stay on your game. Stay that wanted man.
Hey, that's real. That's real, bro. Sharp is giving some game that men can use. Sharp is giving some news you can use, some knowledge you can't get in college, bro. I'm not. I don't think that he's wrong.
And not a man by a trash can.
You guys stay sharp.
At all times. If you don't, who will? Nobody coming to save you. Nobody, man. Don't take all, well, like I say to people is don't take all your life trying to figure that shit out.
Man.
That ain't nobody coming.
Don't spend your whole life trying to figure out ain't nobody coming to save you.
Nobody's coming for you.
Nobody. You can't save yourself. You out here doing bad. You better learn how to look out for you, big dog, and that is real.
Ever. Do it yourself. And there ain't no booklet for it. You got to get out here and you got to fucking live it. I did. The game for a long time brought me a lot of pain. A lot of things that I might not liked at the time, but it all served its purpose. It's all served its fucking purpose, man.
Sharp is saying some real shit.
I'm proud of me. I like what I do, how I've been. People that can even throw shame on me ain't happy with their own lives. Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Because you ain't did what you wanted to do. It's my fault. No, I'm fucking for real, bro. That's my fault. People ain't did what they wanted to do in their life, so they come in shame. Oh, no, he's not living right. Bitch, you ain't lived right the last fucking 30 years of your life. You getting up burning hot dog water.
Burning hot dog water with barnacles.
Ain't got the fucking nerve. I like these talks, man.
The game has taught you a lot of interesting
The game
lessons.
taught me everything I know. Straight up.
You're like the streets Jordan Peterson, aren't you? You're like advice for men, young men especially. But
Yeah,
with
he really is. Sharp really could have like a men's health channel for
the
sure.
the angle.
For sure have a men's health channel. And it would be successful because he's really giving some good game. If you could take away that it's Sharp because you don't like him personally and really come to the message, Sharp's really saying a lot of good stuff that you could take with you.
It's from the street.
I'm the street's representation of, from my side anyway. You know, of how to keep this shit like a sophisticated gangster, man. You know, at the end of the day, keep popping it, keep having your way. No need to envy the next when you can have it too.
True.
But see, the problem is with people, men and women, where the hate stems from is because they feel like they're realer than the next person. So why them and not me? That's where that comes in and starts to sink in on them.
Envy.
Envy, it starts to, yeah, and that's when that jealousy, it all starts to create hate.
Yeah, because envy ain't nothing but jealousy, and jealousy ain't nothing but somebody who don't know why they don't like you.
Instead of just doing what the fuck you need to do, step up to the plate.
And a lot of times it don't be hate, it be niggas and their insecurities, but that's a different story for a different day.
I did. It's not the easiest thing to do, I get it. That's what makes them hate me, is because it's like I shouldn't be the person that's stepping up to the plate. Shit, there's bitches out here right now got men in their homes they don't even want there. Because they feel like he's not stepping up to the plate and vice versa.
What separates you from the pack? Is it courage?
To not give a fuck. If we're not playing ball, take your ball and go home. We gonna get us another basketball. Oh yeah. Baseball, soccer ball, whatever the fuck we playing that day. We gonna get us another one. Take your ball and go home. Go cry. And when you figure it out that everybody else still moves forward, goes and dribble a basketball, kicks a fucking soccer ball, whatever it is, that you sat your ass at home crying when everybody else was out making it happen. That's your fault. That should make you cry even harder. That's when you should cry. Is that you failed and you ain't do it. It's your fault. It's nobody else's. If you don't make it, it's your motherfucking fault.
That's real. You got to take accountability for yourself. For sure, for sure.
We can't blame nobody, man. Even me, Pimpin.
You are responsible for your own wins and your own losses.
Coming up, having hoes, whatever, like, however that shit panned out, I never blame my family, dog. Yeah, circumstances, it is what it is. I ain't about to blame nobody. Ain't nobody's fault. Shit, I don't know what their circumstances was.
What do you think is lacking in most of the young men that you because you talk to a lot of young men through your
I do.
through your show and
Yeah, I
all
do.
that. What do you see as lacking most?
That traditional man's man. It's not there anymore, you know? We live in the land of the weak because they desensitize the man's man. They don't want to see that no more. That's too strong. They don't want that around anymore. Why do you think they dumb it down? Men in dresses. Regular men.
Nail polish.
Nail polish. Eyelashes and all types of shit with beards. It's like fucking lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, we're at the circus. They like that shit, but we can't still push the issue of being the man's man. Like, yeah, I got a fucking say in this shit. They're trying to take that shit away. I don't respect that. Give a fuck what they say about it. Oh, he shines. No, I ain't shunning nobody. Hey, do your shit.
No, it's not shunning nobody, but it's giving an opinion and an understanding of what's acceptable and what's not. And there's a lot of things in this culture that shouldn't be accepted that are. And there's a lot of people too scared to hush hush and don't want to say nothing about what's right is right and what's wrong being wrong.
But don't try to act like I can't do mine or the man's man, the everyday man can't do his.
Real shit.
Bitches let their man sit there, lay in the house, play Xbox all day, eat shit up for how many
Yeah, now that's crazy. That's bark.
months, then want to get mad at him because he ain't doing shit. Bitch, you chose him. You should have wanted the man that was doing that from the beginning.
That's real shit. Real shit. I was just telling a homie the other day, if you let her come into this motherfucking not paying, how you gonna get mad at her in 4 months for not paying nothing? She needs to come into the situation breaking bread and dropping chili. If y'all together, y'all a partnership. These ladies got this whole thing, well, I can't go 50-50. I can't blah, blah. Man's supposed to take care of me. Man, that's out, my nigga. How a woman, like, I use myself for an example. I got chili. Hypothetically speaking, because, y'all know my girl be watching. But hypothetically speaking, let's say that I was single. And I want to, move into a space and I want the girl who I'm dealing with, I'm talking to come live in with me. I already got chili. I already got money. I done built all this shit over here by my fucking self. You've done nothing. You've had no 1-2 step. You've left foot right. You've done nothing to help me obtain the success that I have. So now if I'm deciding that I want you to be a part of this with me, yeah, my nigga, you got to come to the table. In the lifestyle that you want, you need to come with something to the table that's going to be able to carry your own weight, and we'll make a plan and we'll set goals to be able to maintain an eventual lifestyle that we want to have. But coming into it off the rip, I'm not giving you nothing outside of what you deserve and what you earn. And if you can't come into this motherfucker with something, you can't come into this motherfucker with some chili and being able to hold your own weight as an adult, because where the fuck can you live for free anywhere besides on the streets or with your mom or with your daddy? It's not gonna work. I'm not saying that a man shouldn't provide for a household, but I'm gonna say this as an already established man. If I'm I'm already providing for a household. You feel me? If a woman comes in and I got kids, so I got to provide for this household no matter what. So what you going to do? Lean on the fact that I got kids? What you going to do? Lean on the fact that I already got to maintain a household and come in, well, he got to do this anyway, so I'm going to just be here. No, bitch. I don't need another child. I don't need a problem. I need a partner. So with that being said, if you want to grow and build something and we could go off of that, that makes sense. But you just come in this motherfucker for free? Never. Never, never, never. I'll say that even being in a full relationship, my girl know for a fact. When we do move in together, she know that she ain't in that motherfucker for free. She know what she got to cover and what she got to pay for. As I know what I got to cover and what I got to pay for. As we set a goal to accomplish and knock out financial advancements and milestones.
No accountability.
These hoes don't be having no accountability.
Where's it at? Shit, I gotta take accountability for picking a bum ass bitch when I did.
Facts.
Right? Okay, you following me? All right, so now we're cooking with peanut oil. Why can't she? That goes for any woman. I love them to death.
That's real.
seems like the women have become a little more masculine over the last 10, 20 years. And the men.
Well, I gotta give it to men on that one too. It's because what happens is a lot of men don't know how to treat her like a woman.
And the men have become more feminine.
Like a motherfucker. Like a motherfucker, man.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure that's good for society.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Good for all of us.
Sharp is saying a word. Sharp is saying a word.
What is good for society? Hell, I've been sipping out of these cups Miss Debbie used to hand paint these shits. I've probably been sipping paint for fucking 13 years of it. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You never know what's good for you. You just do it. Fuck the consequences. Fuck what comes with that shit. Anything bad. Whatever you find the joy in that you like about it, what do, Mark? You do it, right? So do I, and people can't never stop that. Yeah, I don't really, I was doing some stuff for the last 3 years, you know, podcasts and whatever, you know. I've just kind of gotten back to just, I was always by myself, you know.
Mm-hmm. No, when you were doing it by yourself, you were really solid.
Well, I just got back to that naturally.
Yeah, I would watch that show. You were really good at it.
Yeah. Oh shit, I enjoyed having you on, man. You know what I'm saying? That was probably a full circle moment that it came early. You know, because I don't think we even projected anything for me to go that far. You know, I mean, I'm supposed to be a lol cow, you know, something to laugh at, right? You know. Boy, was the joke on a lot of people.
No, you've got a knack for this.
You know, boy, was the joke on a lot of people, man. I'm a chameleon. I just know how to go blend in. That's it. I still hold my roots. Always.
Yeah, you don't change for anybody.
No. No.
Like, people can say whatever they like about you, but none of it affects you, it seems.
That's why I've noticed people try so hard, but that's a gift and a curse at the same time. You know, because you got the charisma, like, I'm a pretty tough guy. I could take a lot, you know? That's why people gonna throw everything at you and the kitchen sink.
No, but to play in this social media game, you need to have a very thick skin.
Yeah, I mean,
you
I was having it already before in life, so maybe that's why it doesn't really bother me too much.
To play in this social media game, you need to have a thick skin. And a lot of y'all in the comments say this, say that, say up, say down, say left, say right. 9 out of 10 of y'all can never go through the bullish that these podcasters, including myself, including Sharp, including everybody else, blah, 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 whether I hate them, whether I love them. Y'all niggas would have gave up and went back to your job. A lot of y'all can't keep your highs out them comments. A lot of y'all really can't maintain the criticism, can't maintain the critiques, can't maintain whatever. Y'all think that it's all love, but when the hate come, you can't handle the pressure.
Pressure affect me, but
gotta have thick skin.
I mean, too much.
Or be like me and go to therapy. Shout out to my therapist.
Much anything can fuck with anybody. Remember that. Like I said, there's always limits. Like too much, and so I'm not. I don't fall away from that category so far. You know, we've all had our moments. It's just points I don't show nobody. Like if I'm sitting there like, man, fuck these people, or you got to do that shit for 2 seconds, and then you got to toughen that shit up. It's okay to let it out. People need to know that. Maybe they harbor their emotion, they're feeling too much, but it's where they pinpoint. Like, hey, go do that shit by yourself. Let it out, say it, get back on your game. It's crunch time, baby, 4th quarter, and we're only up by 2. You know? We can't get too comfortable. Don't ever get too comfortable.
Don't ever get too comfortable. That's a fact.
Because when you do, that's when everything starts to crumble. You gotta stay hungry. I did in the game 20 years. Won every trophy, everything, things I never thought I would ever do. I just stayed true to me and who I was. My friends and, you know, peers, people knew me, you know. That's what I cared about. It's crazy because I cared about more what people thought of me than I knew in the damn street. That's what mattered, because those people I had to see all the time. You got to see them and pass them. You don't have to pass comments, man. You don't have to pass,
That's real. What matters is your peers in reality, not the peers on social media. Because, again, until somebody walks up to Sharp and slaps him in the face and calls him a fake pimp, I believe that everybody likes Sharp. Until somebody walks up to Brick Baby and punches him in the mouth and calls him a fake Crip, I believe everybody likes Brick Baby. The comments you can scroll past. It's the people who you got to deal with in real life that matter.
Blogs and shit that people put out about you. You don't have to pass that shit physically. You got to get on and look at that shit. You know what I mean? You got to get physically onto something and look at it. And the streets is different, man. It's a different feel. It's a different type of respect, you know? I miss that. That shit's died. It's whatever you can put on social media these days that's fitting can make you something. Anything, you know? Your life could be trash as fuck. You ain't did nothing with it. You came up on accident. It's a lucky accident.
For sure.
Lucky accidents are going on all the time. Rebecca could be on right now. This nigga could be on. He a man. He is a man. This man could be on. No matter how he lives his life. Doesn't matter, right? Nobody has to judge that. That's cool. However you want to do it. This man can be on. Right now. Having his way. Hell, there's people that'll pay for his rehab in fucking Malibu. You and I both know this. We know the engagement. And still chooses to go to Skid Row and smoke meth. Happily. He is happy. Running down there barefoot right now. The ground is grimy as fuck.
Cold, too.
Cold as hell. Well, he can't feel it. He numb.
It's going to rain this weekend.
He's numb. Oh, he's preparing for it.
He's not preparing for it.
No, he is getting high.
He'll be barefoot.
No, listen, he's getting high. That's his preparation. He can weather any storm once he hits that white chalice. See, that's the difference. Like, yeah, he is preparing. We can't lose sight of that. His preparation is being high. When he's high, you're numb. That's when people get high or do things.
That's real. People get high and they want to escape. Nobody got high because they was having a great time. They was trying to get away from something.
To do to numb it up. Whatever they're feeling, whatever they're going through. He don't give a fuck about no damn rain or that floor being cold. His life is dark and cold already.
It's what he's comfortable with.
It's what he knows.
Yeah, I've placed on a silver platter a better life for him, and he's turned around and
He's cool with a couple $100.
run back to the streets.
Go get him an 8-ball, he's straight. Maybe get him a Mountain Dew or something, he's cool. You know, they like Squirt and fucking, you know what I'm saying, the soda pop Squirt. They like that pop and Mountain Dews and shit like that. They like shit like that. That's what they drink. That's all.
Sharp, the soda pop Squirt. How old is Squirt? How much longer we got this? We got 60 more minutes. All right.
He wants a bag of dope and some fucking soda. And he's straight. He don't care about the staph infection. Hell, he probably came to you because his ear was hurting. Like, hey, you gonna take me to go fix this real quick because this shit bothering the shit out of me. It sucks, man.
Every time I
Because you a good-ass person.
every time I make an appointment for him, he runs.
You a good-ass person. I can say that. You a good person because you really do be trying to help people. A lot of your shit be getting demonetized. I gotta give you your respect and your credit, bro, where it's due. You know what I'm saying? Whether in the very beginning I felt like I don't know where the fuck you was kind of coming from with all this shit. I really didn't, but as the years went on, I kind of seen the vision, the picture. You're good to people, man. But and I know it's hard to pick and choose who you should help, but don't be the enabler. Don't be the person that keeps them blossoming in that direction. Because, see, they'll get on this channel, get a bunch of millions of views, right? And people feeling bad for them, but in their mind, they feel like, oh, people feel like what I'm doing is right. So they go do more of it. It don't help them. It doesn't, man. It doesn't. It's sad, but it's true. And I know, what the fuck do I know? You know? Just a nigga that had a couple bitches around the way. Well, it just seems...
What do I know? I'm just a nigga who had a couple bitches around the way. Hey, Sharp be saying some... I like Sharp, man. I know I keep saying it, but I think Sharp is a good dude. I think Sharp is getting a bad rap. I think that Sharp should get a lot more understanding of what he gets because he ain't doing nothing but giving out some game.
Like, we lacking a lot. We lacking a lot in a lot of departments. We're missing something.
What are we missing most?
True love.
I buy that.
True fucking love. And loyalty. Hell, there's no honor amongst thieves anymore, let alone family members. There's no loyalty and love. A lot of people can't accept hurt, Mark. You and I both know that. That's not for everybody. Not everybody's being is wired to be able to accept hurt. Hurt, things that hurt on the inside, things you can't take a Tylenol for or a pill or, you know what I'm saying, something like that to like just fix because you're supposed to. No, it's something that hurts on the inside, so why people take more of it all. They're chasing something, man. I was at the store earlier. I was running in to grab some cigarettes, and this man was holding up the line. And he's up here like, I had to go. I'm like, I gotta make a move. So I see him up there at the front. He's buying a ticket like one of them scratchers. And the dude's in front of me. I'm like, man, come on, man. I was like, I know the dude that's working here. He's like, you want to just get your stuff? I'm like, yeah, let me just get my stuff. Because he's going to be standing here for a second. When they go in there and he's a homeless man, he up in here. What pissed me off was that you ain't even supposed to be buying this shit. And I said that shit out loud. I said to and the two dudes was like, you just want to go ahead of us? I said, nah, I'm cool with y'all buying y'all shit. But I'm not going to sit here and wait for him to fuck his life up more than what he done already did by sitting over here and picking some scratchers. His whole life is outside on a cart parked right now in a fucking drive in a parking spot for no reason. His whole life. He's holding us up. He's like, oh, my bad. Like, he already knows. I was like, bro, you ain't even supposed to be buying this shit. This on my kids, man, on my Pimpin, on everything I stand for. This happened tonight. So when I walk out the store or whatever, I see him standing there with his card his entire life. And I told him, I was like, man, like, come on, man. You holding up the line on people and shit. I was like, I ain't trying to be rude to you. I said, I just had somewhere to be. You know, I didn't want to feel like I disrespect them too much because I know people be having a hard time. But damn it, I be having a hard one too. He ain't the only one. So sometimes motherfuckers need to get moving. Especially a grown-ass man. Get your ass moving. You up here buying scratchers. Your whole life outside on the cart. I go outside, I tell him like this. Look, man, here go $4. So, man, take care of yourself. He said, hey, man, I was just trying to get the right scratcher, you know, so I can, you know, I'm trying to win something. Well, you know what I did? I reached in my pocket, gave him another 20. I said, if your ass win, I said, you better find me. Straight up. I ain't even gonna lie.
Sharp said, I'm a man on a mission, man. Look, if all you trying to do is come up on some quick little cash, here go $20, bro, and be up out my way and be about my business.
Shit, at least, hey, man, I'm trying to be on the winning team. Don't want to be the one walking by that turned him down. I see his ass on TV talking about he'd have hit for some millions, some homeless man, and change his life around. Yeah, you better remember me, bud. Better remember me.
He'd still fuck it up after winning.
I mean, don't give me part of it. I ain't gonna fuck up my part. Just show me some love. Show me some love. I ain't gonna fuck up my part. But you're right, though. He's gonna fuck it up. It's not... we've said it, man. People aren't gonna change unless they truly, genuinely want to. We've watched people get hundreds of thousands of dollars into rehabilitation for people. Like in their families. You know what I'm saying? People that actually got some money to throw at it. 9 times out of 10, the person doesn't come out the way you want them to. They come out, they might be cool for a week, relapse, or they just leave the program altogether.
Mm-hmm. Or even get straight for a year or two, and then they relapse.
Yeah.
That happens too.
But I'll say this. I'll take a 2-year run for 200 better than just a motherfucker leaving the program in the very middle.
For sure.
And your bread's there. Like, at least we got a couple of years of a somewhat normal you, even though there's no such thing as normal. But we got something next to some type of realness for it.
But the people that I've seen that have actually gotten themselves better are not the ones who got a helping hand and got a bunch of support and
because
help.
You know why?
They're the ones who just, let me finish.
Go ahead.
They're the ones who silently disappeared for 3 months.
Yeah.
Or 6 months or whatever. No one saw them. Nobody knew it. You thought they died. They hold up. and they come out and they're clean.
They wanted to change.
They wanted to change.
That's all I was going to say.
Yeah.
That's a person that sounds like they want change.
They got tired of their own bullshit.
Yeah, their own shit. They figured out that they were in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
That's what we're all doing. We're all in our own way.
There it is. There's the truth.
You could be your own best friend. You could be your own worst enemy, but you're going to take you everywhere you go. You could be your own best friend. You could be your own worst enemy, but you're going to take you everywhere you go. That's a fact.
See, that's what's been bothering you. You've been in your way on something. You've been in your own way.
No, not my own way. I just see everyone else around me fucking up.
Okay. You see me fucking up? Do you feel like I fucked up? We ain't seen each other in a while, so I'm going to ask you the questions of what you feel about me here, because
I think you made a mistake, maybe a strategic mistake in your career, but we all have done that. And things can be rectified easily. The talent you have.
Can we call it a career, honestly?
The charm, the charisma.
What career is this, honestly? What career? What career is it, honestly? I sit here and I tell people stories about what it's like to be a pimp. Or the thought process of your everyday pimp. Oh, how do you take your kids to school? Do you walk them in with a limp? You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
don't under.
I'm just saying, like, what do we like? No, I'm saying for the ones that
Walking your kids in with a pimp limp is barnacles. Hell of a back to school night.
that know, I respect it, you know. But for the ones that don't, I'm curious too.
But there are a lot of people who bristle at the idea that they're getting advice from a pimp. But for people that really see what's going on, they see that you are a man who's full of an interesting.
Of course I am.
You got great attitude. You got great charisma. You've got a lot of great.
You're right.
Things going for you.
You're right.
You happen to come from the streets.
You're right.
But you have
and there's
a lot,
some people that'll see that.
You're
right?
very unique.
But you know why I don't run from the truth? Because there's always going to be those people that don't let you forget where you come from. So I'm the type of person that just embraces it already. Let me just embrace it, because I already know what half the motherfuckers are thinking, so we might as well just go ahead and embrace that already. Let's address the elephant in the room. That way there's no shame. There's no malice. You know, we can keep the malice out of the way. I'm already addressing it. I know you know. So let's get to the positive movement of it and see if we can get somewhere in the convo. You know, that's why I embrace it. That's why I say it. I get what you're saying, but that's why I do it. It's because I want people to know, hey, man, I've already embraced it. I understand. I guess the key question is, do you?
I think a lot of people can't get past the fact that you were a pimp, or you are a pimp.
Yeah, there's some that can't get past that.
They can't
never
get past
will.
it.
No.
Pimps are so hated.
You know, by more than who? More, it's hated by more, and it's crazy, right? Because it'd be hated by more people that come from the streets than it do squares.
It's hated by
They don't
everyone.
really, no, they do, but they don't understand it some like that. People that kind of come from the streets, whether it's just other street folk, you know what I'm saying, gang members, just anybody,
Well,
drug addicts, like some people that don't even fuck with it at all. They don't respect.
You're old enough to remember this. I come from Chicago, which is one of the biggest pimp cities in the country, in the world. And I remember as a kid going into, like on West Madison
I
Street.
lived in Chicago. I remember West Madison Street.
West Madison,
Yeah.
where the bishop would hang out.
Yeah.
And seeing a pimp like the bishop or somebody else pull up in a custom Rolls Royce, Cadillac, Lincoln Continental, Bentley, whatever, customized, like fully customized. And the guy gets out wearing a fedora with a feather and a fur coat and
A fedora with the feather and the fur, fedora and feathers. Fedoras, feathers, and furs. Barnacles.
custom boots, custom everything.
That was when shit was cheap.
And he comes out, he pulls up and everybody comes running, kids come running, men, women,
yeah.
everybody comes
Yeah.
running, old and young.
But that was, I ain't gonna lie, let me tell you something. That was when things didn't cost that much back then. And the game was still thriving. You have to understand that. The game was thriving. And back then, shit, a burger cost you 50 cents back in the 60s and 70s. You know what I'm saying? When a lot of these guys were coming up.
And the game was more lucrative.
And I love that era. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was more lucrative. It's crazy how,
but the pimps would be more generous. They would be helping out people.
I mean, I still give out. I still keep that tradition.
That's I think how the
Generous pimp.
bishop and other people became
Much
reverends
love
and
to the
they
bishop.
became religious leaders almost, because they were almost filling that role. in their little society, in their culture.
Bishop was a pastor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and did his thing, man. Like I got nothing.
He had a
but-
church, right?
Had a church.
Yeah.
Nothing but love to the bishop and everything he ever set forth for the game. But even he knows, shit, the times done changed. Shit, I keep it traditional for sure, but we all know what it is, even him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that's why I think it's a certain way of thinking anymore. It's not really what they would ever want to consider in. But then when you really look at it, the traditional way of things is the best way of things. And people still take a liking to that because there's so much bullshit out here, people don't even know what to believe. They don't even know what to believe. And any type of knowledge you may get, even somebody telling you to go put your fucking money into some stocks, they don't know what to believe. You know what I'm saying? But when you come to something that's as genuine as this, I'm not even asking these people for no money. Hell, I don't ask you for none. You know what I'm saying? Just to come and be genuine with you, you're gonna take that shit to heed. And don't ever let it, any kind of game or something I ever tell about my life, just sit in your closet and collect dust. Use it. It all can work for your everyday life.
He said, do not let this game I'm giving you sit in your closet and collect dust. Use the game I'm giving you. That's real. That's real. Free game. Sharp is giving a lot of free game, man. You might as well take heed. Take what's few and leave what's not.
I believe that.
Trust and believe. I might have had to go through a fucked up way of seeing it, but I still wanted the same thing, and I figured it out.
There's lessons that people can learn, even from somebody like you.
You're damn right. Shit, if I can sit here and be open to learning something from you, right? You a man that's, no offense, don't seem like, you know what I'm saying, even though you've known of us or known about us for a long time, you ain't never walked that way in your life. That ain't your way, that ain't how you live your life, and that's cool. That's cool, man. That's cool. You know, that's cool. But for people that do, I just don't like the, you know what I'm saying? This shit is changed. It's not the same.
A lot of bad actors in the game.
There is. A lot.
And the laws got more extreme.
So you can't be even moving like that, man. Honestly. Anybody that's even, like, especially for the dudes, because I be seeing people online and shit like that posting, you know, money and on the blade, like, hey, homie.
He said, tighten up your pimping, man. The world don't need to know your business. Certain things are best left behind closed doors.
Listen, I can't tell people what to do, but I'm a real one, and I'm supposed to give game where it's supposed to be given at. And a lot of niggas should already know, man, hey, stop doing that shit, church. That ain't the way. You setting yourself up for failure. You either setting yourself up for robbery or them police to come.
That's real.
Stop doing that. You're giving it to the police on a platinum platter, man. They giving niggas astronomical numbers.
Yeah, you gotta be discreet now.
You better stay under the radar and stay doing what you're doing. If you're getting them blessings, take those blessings into consideration. Keep it moving. You ain't got nothing to prove. There's no, like I said before, homie, this ain't no fucking, there ain't no groups. There ain't no cliques of it. There ain't none of that shit. It's you and that bitch. It's you and that bitch, man. And when you can figure that part of it out, then you pimping. Straight up. When you figure that part of it out, then you can say, yeah, man, I'm out here pimping. Pimping ain't what you can tell the next nigga. Pimp is what you're doing with that bitch.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
And for the women, I love them all, but just a certain way, man, this shit go. It's in my heart and it burns strong.
Should we close it out there? That was a good one.
Yeah, you think so?
We'll have to do more of these.
You want to do more?
I do.
Yeah, I think we should.
We're good together.
I think we should. Takes us a second to get it jump started like a car, but once we got that motherfucker going, it's soaring up the street at 90, ain't it?
We got a slow start, but we got rolling.
No, for sure. For sure.
I'm glad you're back.
I'm glad to be back. It feels good to be back, man. It's an honor, you know? I said the other day, I said, you know, in the end, it's always good and
All right, man. So that was a soft white underbelly with Sharp, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the deal, man. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest, and it's free. Avenue Angel till he's free. We are gone.